Hello, UCAR. Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. Going to talk a little bit about earnest money today, and maybe a little bit of a confusion in the way the Repsy's written. So the question is about deadlines, and had a call from an awesome broker in a little bit of a panic saying, hey, listen, I received the earnest money. The deadline was on Saturday. I got the earnest money on Saturday. But it was too late to deposit it, and now I'm afraid my buyer is in breach, and what am I supposed to do about this? And so we had a discussion. It took a while for it really to sink into me. Wait a minute. You received it by the deadline? Yeah, the deadline, but I couldn't get it in the bank. So I just say, okay, right, time out. Let's look at what the Repsy says. So it's this first section before they even start numbering them, right? And it says the buyer agrees, as described below, and agrees to deliver no later than 4 calendar days after acceptance an earnest money deposit in the amount of blank in the form of blank. All right. Now, it doesn't say where you deposit it, but it tells you in the next sentence. After acceptance of the Repsy by buyer and seller and receipt of the earnest money by the brokerage shall have 4 calendar days in which to deposit the earnest money. So there really wasn't a problem in the scenario I described, right? It was received. So there's two different deadlines and 2 different triggering events. The first one is the acceptance of the offer. That triggers the first 4-day deadline, and that is that it must be delivered. Delivered where? Well, to the entity that is holding it, and that's the brokerage. And so in this case, the buyer's brokerage, the broker had received it on the Saturday, the day of the deadline, before 5 o'clock, so it was done, satisfied. Now the broker has 4 days after that, so that was a Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, by 5 o'clock on Wednesday to deposit that amount. So no problem there because it's a different trigger for that deposit deadline, and that is when it is received by the brokerage. Then you start counting. Always start with the next day. So Friday or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So hopefully that's clear. I know that I also brought this up in a class yesterday, and people were a little confused about those 2 different deadlines in there. One is for the brokerage to deposit it. One is for the buyer to deliver it to the brokerage. Most of you probably understand that already, but just a little nuance in the Repsy. It's confusing because they're both 4-day deadlines. They both deal with earnest money, but they're really different. In one's delivery for the buyer, the other's deposit for the brokerage. Hopefully that makes sense. Remember, this is not legal advice. This is legal information only. If you need specific legal advice, please contact your attorney, and have a great day.